Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here at Zoo Race on Texas. We are live here on the YouTube channel here in Limaland Motorsports Park on iRacing for tonight's race. We have, of course, as it was on a Tuesday night, two full racing events coming your way. We have one coming up here in about 4.5 minutes, and then, of course, we have one coming up at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We would definitely want to extend a welcome to everybody out there watching, wherever you happen to be watching from. Again, we are at Limaland Motorsports Park. Before we get into all of the racing details here for tonight's race, we of course do need to go over the sponsors that make it all possible here on the racing side of things. There are a couple that make it all happen, starting with Havens Racing, Silver Fox Race Ready Wraps, and of course Till Valhalla Racing, the ones putting all of this together. Make sure you give a big shout out to all of these partners and all they do to make it possible here for the TVRL or Till Valhalla Racing League. And of course on the broadcast side of things here for 2019, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Those include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, Race on Texas themselves for allowing us to be on the channel, World of Thunder, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Hoffman Designs, and of course Racecore Online Racing League. A big shout out to all of these for coming on board here for 2019, but it's time to get to the racing information. 3 minutes on the clock. We're getting ready to do so as we can listen in on radio commissions. We can hear those radio communications going in, but we are just about ready to go racing. We're going to turn those guys down just a bit so we don't have to hear them so loud. But that is our radio communication, so we can kind of hear in. You can't hear, but we can, so we can listen on those race receivers. But again, it should be some good racing here tonight. And hopefully all goes well. We don't see any tippers being flared. It is dirt track racing after all, and a little short track at that point, 27 miles. It is a tiny little track here at Limaland Motorsports Park, as we currently have about, I would say, 18 drivers or so. Obviously, one of those is going to be race control, so it looks like about, 18 actually, 18 drivers with race control here. Definitely going to be a great race. Alright, they're taking care of one little thing real fast as we again are getting stuff set. Actually just under 2 minutes left on the clock as we are getting set to get stuff going here. You're watching the Till Valhalla Racing League live here on Race on Texas. One of these days, we're going to have to get Nick Robbins in the booth, and you may see one of our very own cameramen in here. That'd be Tony Fetters. We'll see if he's racing. I know he's been in TeamSpeak earlier today. We saw where he came in, but we missed him. So we'll see. Obviously, it's going to be listed as Anthony Fetters, but Tony Fetters may be racing the UMP Modifieds later on tonight. Hopefully, he's out there watching in chat as well. We'll definitely be waiting to see if we see him here in this race or if we just see him in the other race, or either one. But I definitely think we'll see him in the Modifieds. We have 1 minute left on the clock, though. This is the time, your last minute, to grab something to drink, something to snack on from your personal concession stand, as we call it. Of course, that is your kitchen. If you're not at your own kitchen, well, then in that case, it's just like a concession stand, but it's free. So go grab you something from the fridge, the cabinet, wherever you can grab a snack and something to drink, and definitely be back here in 35 seconds for some qualifying, followed by some heat racing, and then your main event here, going to be 50 laps coming up here shortly. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as qualifying is officially underway. We're going to drop down your qualifying bar. Hopefully all the names are in there. It looks like, nope, we're missing the 00 here tonight. We'll report on that number as we get to them. But we have several drivers out on the track, and we'll see how everything stacks up, how everybody stacks up, I should say, as we'll bring in your qualifying bar for qualifying, of course, as it's going to be Derek Keltner in the number 5 machine out on track. We also have Connor Wilson out there, Chris Fisher, Todd Hook, a bunch of drivers. Again, the times are on the left side of your screen, so we won't report on every single time. But those are your times on the screen, so we'll let you see them, and we'll also report on some, as Chris Fisher taking a second fastest time here tonight. We'll see how and everyone else kind of stacks up against him later on tonight. Again, it's going to be a very, very close night of racing between everybody, as we'll switch over to William Main in the number 34, but he's turned it around, so we'll switch over to Dean Slauson in that number 08 machine. No paint job on the car here tonight, just a solid black paint. Trading Paints is on. Hopefully it's working, but at the moment just a solid black 08 for Dean Slauson, as Jordan Casey's going to take it to the top of the charts in the number 42 machine. We'll go over to Chris Malone, whose paint job is loading in that pink and white TVR number 29 machine. We'll see how they stack up again. Right at the moment, there is going to be a lot of action going on. We jump over to Daniel Cummings Jr., as he is currently in the number 24 machine, about fourth fastest. He was third, actually, not second. He's going to drop one spot as Zach McSwain going to take second place. Mason Crawford in the number 15 is going to jump to the top of the charts, as we'll go over to Jesse Enderkin, who is currently no time in that number 10 machine. We'll see what he stacks up, where he is, where he finishes here qualifying, and that will, of course, set him up for the main event, or at least heat races anyway. Heat racing going to be coming up, but it will set a good tone for the race in that 50-lap feature event. So again, it's just going to be a matter of time to see where he stacks up to. And there it is right there. He's going to shut it down. Jordan Casey in the number 42, back out on the track. He's still third fastest with a 12.657. So, his last lap was a 12.574. That lap obviously passed qualifying time, so it's not going to count. We have 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock. Alright, and we're noticing a little tick in there. We're going to do some adjusting before the second race, before that second full night event of racing, whatever you want to call it, second show. Before that one, we are going to do some adjusting there on the surface. As I don't believe we have HDR on, so we can get a better feel of the track. I'm not thinking the HDR is working too well with the dirt, so we may end up having to take that off before that second race, but second full race. But again, there's going to be 2 heats, and then we're going to have a redraw for the first couple of drivers, and we are going to go racing. Let's drop down to the track. It's going to be Mason Crawford, Jordan Casey, Tim Christensen, Chris Fisher, Connor Wilson, Joshua Hessen, Clay Devon, Dean Slauson, and Daniel Piotech. We'll get a clarification on that one. And Place did not qualify. We'll see if he takes to the grid here, as he again did not qualify. So we'll see if he does go ahead and take to the grid here for the heat racing. He could very well be race control as well. I do not believe so, but we'll see if he does take to the grid here momentarily. We're going to assume that's Daniel Piontech. That is the best pronunciation we can come up with, so that's what we're going to run with here tonight until we are, of course, able to clarify that name with the driver. And if we hear a buzzing, we do apologize for that. We will get that sorted out like that. We are going to try to get it fixed. Again, we apologize for the beeping. We may have to cut to a commercial right after this heat and see if we can't quickly fix that, as it is a power issue with these new graphics cards in here. We're pulling more power than we have. Again, we'll try to get that one all sorted out, but the green flag is coming out, so we are going racing, as it's going to be the number 27 of Tim Christensen out front, leading of this race over the 42 of Jordan Casey. Jordan Casey hanging on to second place, but here comes Connor Wilson in that 00 and actually being scored as the number 13 in that black and pink number 13 machine, not 00 in his cars. As it's going to be Clay Devitt against by Chris Fisher. He'll take fourth place away. And we are definitely going to have to work on some power issues here. We've got some sorted out. We're going to be doing that tomorrow, as that is going to become an annoyance. It's Tim Christensen out front leading this race. Let's zoom out a little bit. Maybe we can avoid some of that happening here. But Jordan Casey hanging in the second place here at the moment, as he is doing a fantastic job of doing just that. And we'll see if he can hang on to second or possibly get first from Tim Christensen. Christensen out front, though, running the middle line, as you see Casey running more of a top side. We'll again have to just wait and see which line comes into play later on tonight. But at the moment, the bar kind of middle to top seems to be the way to go. But here comes Jordan Casey making that bottom line work now, as Casey going to take it to the bottom, and he will take the lead here, at least at the moment. Here comes Christensen back by. Christensen going to take the slide job away, but here comes Casey with the crossover move. 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air, and it looks like for the moment we are good on the beeping noise. So we're good with that. Power is hanging in there, as it's going to be a just knockout battle between the front two, but Christensen will end up with the win here in heat race number 1. And I apologize, no, it's going to be Jordan Casey that gets it, as the scoring tower switches there right at the last minute. And again, it happens sometimes when they're that close together, but Jordan Casey going to end up getting the heat race 1 win. Heat race number 2 coming out onto the track. It is going to be Zach McSwain, Daniel Cummings Jr., Derek Keltner, Jesse Eckerton, Daniel Literal. We have not seen Darren Literal. We have not seen Darren in quite some time. Chris Malone, Todd Hook, William Main, Daniel Passmore, as well as Cody Slauson. Of course, Cody Slauson going to be running race control here tonight. Right after this heat race, we are going to step away to a quick commercial break. We are going to adjust some stuff and see if we can't get that little issue figured out with the power. We think we probably know what it is that's drawing that power, so we are going to do so here momentarily. That's again, we think we know what's causing it, so we're going to get to a commercial break, fix it before your feature race. It'll be a little bit of a 5-minute warm-up. During that time, of course, we'll come back shortly after that. But again, don't go anywhere, because your 50-lap feature race will be coming up after this heat race and after a 5-minute little break, at which we're going to do some little adjustments here to the audio visual stuff. We're going to get some stuff sorted out. But heat race number 2 getting ready to come out onto the track. Zach McSwain is currently your leader coming in this. But again, we have not started yet. He is the pole sitter for heat race number 2. Daniel Cummings Jr. looking to take that lead from him. We got the 24 versus the 25. Behind them, of course, going to be the 5 of Derek Keltner and the 10 of Jesse Eckerton. Eckerton obviously going to be looking to get the win himself as we are set to go racing once again. And we again apologize. We're going to try to get that all fixed in between there. Until then, we just kind of have to bear with it while they're right here together, as it's going to be Derek Keltner that currently is battling for 3rd position. He's going to take 2nd place. Zach McSwain's checking out from the field. He has said, see you later. I am going to move on, and we're going to go back here as they got a little beating and banging going on for 2nd place. That's Keltner, Cummings, and Eckerton all battling for 2nd position at the moment. Good job for these guys. Right behind them is Todd Hook. He's trying to hook onto these back bumpers and take that position away, but no such luck. So we go back up to 2nd place. They're 3 wide for the split second. They're going to sort it out as Keltner's going to take 2nd. Cummings and Eckerton still battling for that 3rd position. Again, you want to get as high a position you can. Everyone will be transferring on, but you'll want as good a position as you can moving on into that feature race. However, you may get that lucky spot with the redraw if it's just right, and they put you on pole if you're somewhere around a 3rd, 4th place. So you never know what's going to happen when you have redraws, but still a good little battle going on for 3rd between Eckerton and Cummings Jr. as they're going to be side by side still for 3rd place. McSwain having some connection issues, but he is still your race leader, as we'll see how it goes. Derek Keltner hanging on to 2nd place, but here comes Daniel Cummings Jr. in the 24 machine trying to run him down. Can he get to him? We'll see. We're having some major connection issues of our own at the moment. Hopefully those get sorted out before this feature race. At the moment, they are not looking like it. We got 1 lap to go. Zach McSwain out front, and that is going to do it. Checkered flag is out. And hopefully we have some issues to sort out here on our own. But it looks like we are back now, so that's good. Give us just 1 minute. We're going to step away to a commercial break. We will be right back here in just a few moments with your 50-lap feature race. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about ready to take the A main again. Let's hope everything works. Looks like the internet is stabling itself out. We're going to have about 19 or 18 to 19 drivers, depending on whether Jay Place is racing or if he is just going to be sitting this one out. And there goes the internet again, having some major internet issues here tonight. We do apologize for that, as we're going to try to fight this one out. We may or may not get to that second race. We'll let you know how the internet's holding up in between now and then. May have to make some changes in between there. It looks like Cody Slauson is going to be racing here tonight, so at least he gridded there. But again, we are having major internet issues here at the moment. We do apologize for that. Let's go ahead and get to the grid here. We're just going to quickly read through it as best we can to not have any graphics cluttering it up. It's going to be Jordan Casey, Zach McSwain on row 1 until they switch it up anyway on us, followed by Tim Christensen, as we'll get up there quickly. Tim Christensen, Derek Keltner, Clay Devin, Daniel Cummings Jr., Chris Fisher, Jesse Eckerton, Joshua Hessen, Todd Hook, Connor Wilson, Chris Malone, Daniel Paltic, hopefully that's right, Darren Literal, Dean Slauson, and William May. Looks like Mason Crawford, Daniel Passmore, Jay Place, and Cody Slauson not going to be in tonight's race. We are again getting ready to get this thing started as the green flag coming out, but it's not officially going to come out. You, of course, watching all of this live on Race on Texas here for the Tail Valhalla Racing League, and they're going to do some swapping here at the moment. Again, we think we know anyway what the issue is with the beeping. That is the battery back up there, and we are completely losing internet here, so we do apologize for that. Yes, we definitely want to keep the internet in, but it is completely out. We've tried restarting it, and it is not fixing anything here tonight. It is completely shot. So obviously not much of this is going through here at the moment, but hopefully it regulates itself and stays there. The green flag officially going to be coming out, and we are racing, as it's going to be Zach McSwain at the front of the field here at the moment, followed by Daniel Cummings Jr., Clay Devin, Derek Keltner, and Joshua Heston going to be your top 5. The first yellow flag going to be coming out, and it is a parking lot, and some of those cars are going to need more than just a push to get going. So let's go back and take a look at the replay and see what happened here right on the restart. And we'll see cars upside down. Darren Literal involved in this. It looks like Todd Hook and Tim Christensen also going to be involved, beating and banging going on at the back of the field as these guys are fighting to get there. And there's that parking lot that was built up, and that parking lot turned into a junkyard very quickly as the caution came out. Number 1 here for tonight's race. As we go back to live, Zach McSwain is still your race leader. He's led every lap so far. Again, that's not too many, though. We still have 48 laps to go here in tonight's 50-lap feature. All right, there it is once again. Green flag is out and internet gone, but so are the cars off the line. As hopefully it's going to come back up soon, as this is going to be probably one of the worst broadcasts we've had in quite some time. As they are duking it out here, there comes the internet for a little bit anyway. Losing quite a bit of the internet here tonight, so that is unfortunate. But these guys doing a fantastic job of racing, as it's going to be McSwain, Cummings Jr., Devin, and Keltner are going to be your top 5, and that internet is just not staying with us at all here tonight. We do apologize for that. We'll see what we can't do. If there's another caution, maybe we'll restart the sim here, but it looks to be up here for the moment anyway. Zach McSwain still leading this race. We do apologize for the choppiness. I'm sure it looks horrible on the stream right now. We do apologize for that. It has its moments of good, moments of bad. Fisher right in the middle of this here, followed by Wilson, Main, and Malone. They're going to be 3 wide back here trying to battle for position. They're going to sort it out 2 wide. But you still have Jordan Casey back here in the number 42 Machine Frey, way further back than he's used to being here with that D1RT, as he's going to do a little slap there to the 34 of William Main, but they keep him going in, and that's what we want to see. As you have the 08 of Dean Slauson there, definitely struggling a little bit compared to where we're used to seeing him as well, running well back in the field, back in 11th place. So we'll see if he can fight his way through the field later on tonight. Zach McSwain, though, out front, and he's about to be lapping cars on top of that, as he's got some lap cars coming in. Let's go on board with him here for the moment. Can't really see much from that particular view. Go to his helmet view, and you can see right there, and he's blinking in and out, so having connection issues. Still leading the race, though. So a lot of things going on here for him, as the caution's going to come out. And this time it's going to be for Todd Hook in the number 23. Let's go back and take a look. What happened to the 23? We believe this is where the caution lies. It may not be. And it actually may have been for the 15, but either way, the caution going to be coming out. Zach McSwain out front still, as the caution number 2 comes out here tonight. Green flag is back underway, and we are racing once again. It's going to be McSwain, Cummings, Keltner, and Hessen going to take the spot away for third, but Keltner going to come right back and take the spot as well. So a lot of beating and banging going on here in these front rows, as we have a lot of battling still left to go. We have 32 laps of this 50-lap event left to go. Technically 52 if you count the bonus laps, but they don't actually run those. So still, either way, a lot of racing left to go. McSwain, no signs of letting up anytime soon, other than his internet having some connection issues there as well. But good news is our internet looks to be holding up here for the moment anyway. Again, that could change in any moment. We'll see, as Hessen and Keltner really duking it out here. But here comes Jordan Casey from somewhere back around the 9th and 10th. He's all the way up to 5th place, getting about 4 spots in just a few laps. So he is working his way back up through this field once again. You know, the question is, how will he fare in these closing laps, as we're coming up on 25 to go here in just a few laps. Again, that coming up on the halfway point here momentarily. And about 2 laps or so, we'll be at the halfway point. We'll check further back in this field. The dust is really starting to gather here in the back. It's really dusty for these drivers to see back here. Luckily, they're not too bunched up. If they were, it would be very difficult. You go up here to these guys, it's very, very difficult for someone like the 5 of Chris Fisher to see anything beyond just a few feet in front of him. As again, it's just very difficult to see. These cars don't have a whole lot of view anyway, and then you add in all of the dust and the mud flying. It makes it very difficult. Luckily, they do have tear-offs, and you can tear those visors, those tear-offs off the visor, and get a fresh view as many times as you can. Well, that is one saving grace here if you're driving one of these cars with all this dirt and mud flying onto that visor. Meanwhile, we go up just a little bit. Jordan Casey into third. He just took one more spot away. So we go back to the front. Daniel Cummings Jr. still trying to run down Zach McSwain. Green flag is still out. Again, still having some internet issues. We have not been able to sort those out as we are on lap 31 of 52. We'll go ahead and make it 32 of 52 as the internet is really in and out here tonight. We'll just have to keep an eye on that and see. Hopefully it does get better, but at the moment we may not be here for that second race tonight as we are having internet issues and, of course, PC issues here tonight as well on top of everything. So something that we need to definitely address as we are having, again, quite a few issues here tonight. We'll definitely be addressing those here in the very near future. Right, probably after this race. But Zach McSwain, 18 laps to go. He is your race leader at the moment as the caution's going to come out one more time. And this time it's going to be for Chris Malone in the 29 machine. Let's go back and take a look. Malone in the 29, going to be alone here. It looks like in the caution. We'll see, did he have help though? Or was he definitely alone? And no, he had a little help there. Gets together with, I believe that is the 13 that it gets together with him. I believe the 13 not actually on the car though. So not sure who the 13 is that actually was involved there as well. And again, we not sure who that is, but it is the number 13 car. Oh, either way, we'll go back to the front as we are going to see if Zach McSwain to the lead here with 15 laps. We're going to be about 13 to go when we get to the line, and the internet definitely not holding up here tonight. We apologize for that for anyone out there watching. Hopefully we will get that sorted out. It's one of those things out of our control. Unfortunately, we'll try to fix it. But here at the moment, there is your race leader. Caution coming out once again. And this time, I'm not sure who it is for. I don't see anyone. And they're going to be the 10 of Eckerson. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Eckerson here quickly on the restart. Caution right there, the 10 into the fence, and a broken front axle, it looks like, as well to go with it. So it looks like his night is going to be done as we have 12 laps to go here in your 50-lap feature event. Alright, and having more issues here with the internet as a green flag is out. 10 laps to go. McSwain out front. Casey and Kelton are going to be your front three drivers here at the moment. Again, we are probably going to miss that second race. We've got to get figured out what is going on around here. Is that the internet's holding up here for the second, but it is going to be chaos back in the back of this field. As you got Cummings Jr., Hessen, Keltner, Fisher, all these guys battling for one position, and that is the front of this race as Zach McSwain has it, but the 42 of Jordan Casey trying to get it. Can he get it is the question. So far, he has not been able to get by him, but the caution is going to come out once again. And looks like it's going to be back in the back again. Not sure who brought it out. There's nobody off pace compared to everyone else here at the moment. So we won't go back and look at it, but it is 6 laps to go. Here it's going to be about 4 to go when we take the green again. All right, we are just about set to get the green flag. It looks like the 10 is going to go ahead and zip around, and there it is. Again, once again, connection going down on us. We apologize for that once again. The green flag is out. We are racing 3 laps to go here in your feature race. Hopefully, we're able to talk to your top 3 drivers later on tonight. We are probably not going to make the second race. We do apologize for that. We'll talk with the race control after this. Obviously, do what we have to do to make that right. But right now, it is Zach McSwain out front leading this race as he comes to get the white flag. 1 to go. He's having connection issues as much as we are here tonight. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here from Till Valhalla Racing League. Your super late models and Jordan Casey going to slide up but can't make it happen. Your race winner here tonight is going to be the 25 of Zach McSwain, followed by Jordan Casey and Joshua Hessen. Those will be your top 3 drivers. We'll see who we're going to interview if we have the internet to interview them here in just a moment, as we'll go ahead and get rid of that off your screen. And of course, we will go ahead and bring down your running order here tonight, as we'll be trying to talk to as many drivers as we can here in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we have internet for this, as we have some major issues we're sorting out. But someone who doesn't have major issues, that's someone who's always in the top 3, it seems like, and that is going to be your second place finisher here tonight. The 42 of Jordan Casey. We'll obviously get to the other 2 here in Discord in just a minute, but we're going to keep it brief here because we have some stuff we need to sort out. Obviously, you got some more racing to do, but overall, a good run here. You finished second place, as we were talking about. A little bit of a blinking issue there made it difficult to try to get the lead.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I wish I would have been able to stay up front there on lap 1. Like I had no idea where Zach was. He blinked in and out on that initial start, and then I was inside his car, so I had no idea where he was, internet issues or what he was having. But I don't know, made it all the way back up to the field pretty clean, and I thought I was going to get him before that first caution came out. I was reeling him in, and I felt really good, but I didn't want to see that caution. I'd rather just raced it out from there, but it is what it is. Good job to Zach, and good job to everybody else.
Definitely a good race for you here. Again, we don't want to keep you. We ask kind of the same questions every week, but we know you got those sponsors on the car. So who are those sponsors? And shout outs to make it all possible.
Yeah, everybody at D1RT, Eddie Livingston for let me be a part of the team, and just everybody that helps out, everybody that's in there tonight. I mean, Clay's the only one in there with me tonight, but all the other guys are getting the real cars ready and stuff. So just me and Clay night.
Well, there you have it. Just a two-man night, but still did a good job. So again, congrats on the second place finish, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again here shortly.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, we are going to jump over and go ahead and talk to our other drivers, so give us just one moment. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here, and we, of course, have your third place driver. It is going to be Joshua Hessen here in the number 24. The 118 is what's showing on here, and definitely a good run for you here tonight. A third place finish. We got to ask those tough questions. First and foremost, obviously, again, congrats on the third place finish. But what do you think you needed to run down Zach here tonight?
Heck, I probably could have played with the gear a little bit, but the car was pretty good. You know, me, Tim ran real well in that heat race. He wound up getting second. Todd was in there, HRT. We were building setups all night. We were working towards the end of the race, and I drove from, I don't know, 9th or 10th up there to 3rd, so we'll take it. We're in a practice server right now for the modifieds, getting ready.
Definitely drove to the front here. A few cautions more than we're used to seeing, but still some really good green flag racing. Hopefully, most of it got captured here as we're having some connection issues here ourselves. But looking to that UNP mod race, how much momentum do you have now after getting this top 3 finish going into those to finish well as in that race as well?
Well, Supers are by far my worst car on the game, but Limaland's my favorite track, so we all threw that setup together. Modifieds were a totally different ball game. We'll all 5 or 4 of us, whoever's on, will be up front in that race. Just we're all amped up for it. Here we go.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to getting there. Hopefully, it will be over there. If nothing else, we're going to try to get some stuff sorted out in between then. But we know you got some sponsors probably and some shout-outs you need to give for that third place finish here tonight.
Yeah, Team HRT, I think there's 7 or 8 of us now total on the team. We all race a lot of nights a week. 4, 5, 6 nights a week normally. Building setups for all these league races during the week. We run a couple Sunday night leagues and stuff like that. But 37 Racing Parts and Fabrication up here in Rensselaer, Indiana. They sell race fuel and all that stuff. They help out with the big races that are paying entry fees. So appreciate them guys. But that's about all I got.
All right, so we'll let you go here. We're going to jump up there to Zach and see what he has to say. And again, congrats on the third place finish.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Zach, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we got you here. We couldn't pull you to us, so we're coming to you here for the UNP mods. That server obviously going up here in about 30 minutes or so. But you get the win here tonight. Having a little bit of a connection issue, but you still got it. So obviously, how does it feel to pick up that win? And you're looking to carry that momentum over to some UNP modifieds here tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race. I'm not real sure what was going on my internet there. It looked all good for mine, but apparently I was having something, so I don't know. But we'll take the win.
Well, definitely take the win. Apparently, you're not the only one we're having issues on our end too. So apparently, it's widespread here tonight. But a win is a win. Obviously, even with that little bit of issue, you're still holding your line, running a clean race, and that's what it takes. But I believe this is not your first win. I can't remember. There's so many races we cover on a weekly basis. But to come in here and beat the field that you have here, Jordan, Casey, Hessen, Devin, these guys that are in here, how much kind of a boost does it give you to that ego or whatever you want to call it, knowing that you beat such a stout field?
Yeah, it feels good. I knew Jordan would be really hard to beat. He's very fast, and I guess my internet there messed up on the start, and that messed him up. So, but he come from the rear all the way up to second, and he was catching me there before that caution came out. But I was able to get a good restart there and get out front. So held him off.
You did that. And, of course, last and definitely not the least, we know you got some shout-outs and some sponsors on that car that make it all possible to get you into victory lane. So who would those be here tonight?
Yeah, Team FTP, iRacing, iFlag, Dirty Grasso, Caper and Screen Printing, Tag 3 Defense, Supermoon Graphics. Thank y'all for doing the broadcast, and thank TVR for putting on a great race.
All right, so well, there you have it, your top three drivers. We're going to go see if we can get some stuff sorted out here tonight for our internet and for the broadcast itself. We're going to kick it to a commercial loop, and we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's hope we have a little bit better luck this time. It looks like the internet is a little bit more stable now. We've put some Bondo and duct tape and some Band-Aids on it to see if we can't patch it up. Let's hope it stays in. Hopefully we fix some other issue there. As far as the overpower issue, let's hope that beep doesn't come back. Excuse me. It's I'm fingers crossed, toes crossed, and sometimes depending on how tired I am, eyes are crossed too. But let's hope all is well here for tonight's UMP Modernies. Again, we apologize for that last one. Unfortunately, internet out of our control. The other stuff is in our control. We are going to try to fix that if we haven't already. So definitely, again, cross those fingers for us and hang in there, and let's hope everything is working just a little bit better. Yes, hopefully, Jim, you're still out there. If you are, they are still coming. It just took a little bit longer coming in 8:30, but we are ready to go here for tonight's events. 2 minutes on the clock. Once again, we want to thank the sponsors here for tonight's race. Those do include Havens Racing, Silver Fox Race Ready Wraps, and of course, Till Valhalla Racing. And on the broadcast side of things here for 2019 Northwest Racing Series, Wells Beard Co. Beard Bomb, Race on Texas for letting us be here on the channel, World of Thunder, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer, Huffman Designs, and Racecore Online Racing League. Again, if you're looking to get your company, business, league, special event, whatever it may be out there, you want a little bit more exposure, we do have several spots open in general sponsorships and, of course, specialty sponsorships in spots in the overlays as well. So make sure you hit us up on that. We have a lot of big things in the works, some really big stuff we're trying to work on as well. Hopefully those all pan out. Again, those sponsorship spots are available. It looks like we got 12 drivers here tonight for this race. That would be 2 heat races of about 6 apiece, followed by a 40-lap feature event coming up here in just under 1 minute. Again, at the moment, all looks good. It looks like we got a lot better performance here out of the overlays, the graphics, all of that working a little bit better here for us tonight. That is good, as we're going to go ahead and get rid of your countdown to green to bring up your main bar, grab you something to drink, something to snack on, as we will be right back in 30 seconds with qualifying. Alright, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Checkered flag is waving on practice, and there's the flagman, Kevin Fry, as we, again, we're referring to him as qualifying is underway. We're going to go ahead and bring down the qualifying on to the screen, and doesn't look like anybody coming out onto the track. The 118 is Joshua Hessen, his name not showing up into the overlays, but that is Joshua Hessen in the 118 machine, as it's going to be a new driver coming out on to the track first. And that is going to be, as we'll pull that up, it's going to be Derek Dryman in the number 444 machine. So we'll see how he does stack up here tonight against everyone else in this field. Zoom out just a little bit here. Everybody is on track except for Chris Malone, who again is not on the track just yet. But we'll see if he does come out onto the track here in just a little bit. But Jordan Casey at the top of the charts on number 42 machine, followed by Clay Devin and Dean Slauson. And it's going to be Jarrett Murphy that jumps to the third position. And we are still having those ticking issues here. And we are not having any issues on our end here. I'm wondering if that may be something with this particular track as well. As the number 24 out on the track, it is Daniel Cummings Jr. in that 24 machine. So again, we'll see how he does stack up here. Is that, again, that ticking issue that we're seeing, not on our end. That has to be something with iRacing here. So we'll see if we can't get that sorted out here in the future. We still have some more stuff we can tweak, but again, does not look to be on our end. Either way, we are going to go. Jordan Casey still on the track. He is your fastest driver here at the moment with a 12.816. That is going to get very annoying even on our end if we have to keep watching it. But we'll see how he stacks up again. The number 42 of Jordan Casey, your fastest driver. You can see everyone on the list here at the moment. As time going to be coming up, they got 2.5 more minutes. Everybody has qualified except for Chris Malone, and I do believe he may be running race control. So again, race control in the house here tonight to control all this, make sure everything goes well. But that is going to do it for qualifying. As you have Michael Bumgarner out on the track. And he is in the number 1 machine, technically 197 on the car. He is your 6th fastest driver with a 13.088. As he is going to keep going out on the track, but qualifying is over for him. So we're going to step away here one last time. 1:45 left on the clock. Grab you something to drink, something to snack on, and we'll be right back with your heat race number 1 coming up here in just a moment. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying. And I stand corrected, folks. We're going to have 1 heat race here tonight. So again, 1 heat race with 11 drivers in it to get this thing going. Again, 1 and only heat race. And then we will move on to your little bit of a warm-up, followed by your 40-lap feature race. Of course, it'll be 42 laps being technically scored. That is, of course, to include any changes they have in the lineup to rotate them or not. But we are getting down to the track. It's going to be Jordan Casey and Clay Devin on row 1 here for heat race number 1, followed by Jarrett Murphy, Daniel Cummings Jr., Dean Slauson, Michael Bumgarner, Joshua Hessen, Derek Dryman, Cody Slauson, Chris Fisher, and Daniel Cummings Jr. As you have Michael Bumgarner out on the track. And he is in the number 1 machine, 197 on the car. He is your 6th fastest driver with a 13.088. As he is going to keep going out on the track. Qualifying is over for him. So we'll see how he does stack up here in the future. Either way, we are going. Jordan Casey still on the track. He is your 6th fastest driver with a 13.088. High on the tick. Again, that is not correct by any means. Piontech is how we're going to go with it. Again, Piontech, we'll have to clarify that with the driver if we get a chance to talk to him. We didn't have a chance in between here. We didn't see him. But we'll see if that is going to be that correct pronunciation. And weird, we don't see that little, I don't know what you call it, tick or stutter here in the actual heat racing side of this. We don't see it. We're only seeing it in qualifying. So we're talking about we don't think it's on our end. Just not much we can do about it. We don't see it here in the actual heat race itself, like we did in the actual qualifying. So it must be something with qualifying. But regardless of that, we are about ready to get this thing going. We'll see if it comes back and when these cars hit the gas, because that's about what they're going to do. You're watching all this live on Race on Texas, and this is the Till Valhalla Racing League, and we are underway once again here with your UMP Modifieds, and we are still seeing a little bit of tick going on, so we're going to have to see if we can't get that sorted out here in the near future. But racing underway, as we're going to go ahead and get rid of that because we know it's not on our end. As a good job by Clay Devin to get the lead from Jordan Casey. He's going to keep digging though. Here comes Jordan Casey, the teammates. 1 and 2 right now is Jarrett Murphy in the 25 is going to try to make his way to the front, but it's going to be a difficult task for him if he wants to do so. That is going to be a tough battle to overcome. Those are two very fast drivers, but I have no doubts that Murphy can do it. This is going to be a matter of how long it's going to take him to do it. And he's not going to be able to do it that time, as it's going to be Casey on the high side, Devin on the bottom. They're going to be side by side. This time they're going to be coming to the line. It's going to make it 3 laps to go, as the 84 going to be out front. And can he hold them off is the question. And Devin does get him, but it's going to be back and forth here at the moment. Here goes the 84, the 42 to the outside. Casey trying to hang on to that second place and get the lead all at the same time. And it's not going to happen. They're coming by to get 1 to go this time. This is going to be Clay Devin and Jordan Casey side by side. But here comes Jordan Casey. He had him at the line, I do believe. They're going to have one heck of a battle right there. He would have probably got him, but Clay Devin's still out front. Here comes Jordan Casey. Jordan Casey going to get him on the outside, and he will do it. Jordan Casey going to pick up the heat race here, win here in the heat race number 1, and that is your only heat race of the night. We're going into a 5-minute warm-up, so we'll be right back here in just a few months. Grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, and we will be right back after a quick 5-minute warm-up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it is time to go racing for your 40 lap feature event here tonight. Again, 42 laps going to be scheduled as they will do a invert here, and we will go racing. Again, your starting lineup here for tonight's main event is going to be, of course, Jordan Casey and Clay Devin on row 1, unless they have an invert of some sort, followed by Jarrett Murphy, Daniel Cummings Jr., Joshua Hessen, Michael Bumgardner, Cody Slauson, Dean Slauson, Chris Fisher, Daniel Piotnik, Piotech, and Derek Dryman. That is how they're going to start tonight's event. Again, that is assuming they do not have an invert. Again, we hopefully have the internet that's going to hang in here tonight. We apologize in advance for any issues that may arise, as we have just had several here tonight. We got a lot of changes we're going to be implementing here and stuff like that coming later on tonight. We'll see how it all plays out, but your A-main coming up here in just a few seconds as they are getting ready to take their little invert here in just under a lap. Alright, again, the green flag technically not out. They're going to do the invert here. So we, again, are crossing our fingers. Hope everything works out here better than it did in the last race. We apologize for that one. And hopefully this one turns out better, as we are just about set to get the green flag. Looks like we'll get it next time by. To start this race, it may be one more lap around this track before we officially let them loose, as it's going to be a looks like a complete invert here for about the top 6 drivers, as Daniel Cummings is going to be your new race leader. It was Clay Devin. He's going to be shuffled back, and we are going to go racing here, so we're going to get going 40 laps to go here for tonight's race, and they're already starting to beat and bang and shake it up just a little bit here early on in this race, as it's going to be the 42 out front of Jordan Casey, followed by Daniel Cummings Jr. Jarrett Murphy hanging on to 3rd place here at the moment, and he is doing a good job of doing just that. Joshua Hessen behind him, followed by Clay Devin. Clay Devin going to be trying to battle to the front. He started on pole, but the invert shuffled him back to 6th. He's already up to 5th place, working his way through this field in the number 84 machine, but he's got a battle with the 197 Michael Bumgardner here, who has other plans, but Bumgardner going to take to the high side. You have Clay Devin in the 84 and the 25, with Jarrett Murphy taken to the bottom. Those are the only 2 drivers down on the very bottom, until you go all the way back to the 5 of Chris Fisher back in 9th place. He is also running the bottom line, but just not quite the line that he is progressing in. It usually is a little bit better, but the high side is always dominant. It seems like out of these tracks, as you say that, there's your leader, Jordan Casey, going to take it to the bottom as well, but you see he did that, and just how quickly the 24 Daniel Cummings Jr. was able to keep up. Let's bring your Marin bar up on to the screen here. You can see where everybody is. Of course, this track updates so quickly that it really isn't even able to keep track of the scoring. Daniel Cummings Jr., Jarrett Murphy trying to hang on as best they can, and they are doing a good job. Wondering if that's a little issue we're having with the ticking, maybe because of how short this track is, the time's trying to update and they just can't do it. That's Jordan Casey out front leading this race, followed by Joshua Hessen. Clay Devin sitting back there in 5th place, really hasn't been able to progress too much as I thought he would anyway. He did again get the pole position, but because of the invert, pushed him all the way back to 6th place. It was a full invert here for the top 6 drivers and he got shuffled way back compared to where he started. He won his heat race, the only heat race there was, and then that happened right there. So a devastating blow after doing so good in the heat race to have to get shuffled back, but he's fighting his way right now, battling with the 118 of Joshua Hessen, trying to run him down. Again, Hessen in front of him, who had just had a solid top 3 finish in the last race. He's going to try to duplicate off that as we go back to the front 42 of Jordan Casey out front, leading this race, doing a fantastic job as always. We'll see if we talk to him after this race. We just literally got done talking to him. Daniel Cummings Jr. and Jarrett Murphy currently hanging on to a second and a third, but Jarrett Murphy not about to give up third place to the 118 of Joshua Hessen, but at the same time, he's not quite ready to, well, I say that just like that, but he takes over the second position as Daniel Cummings Jr. gets into the outside wall, and they're slowly but surely pushing this moisture and this cushion up to the wall, but what little cushion there is anyway, we don't really have that much here in iRacing to begin with, as we're going to go back to these two behind you. And it is, of course, the 118 of Joshua Hessen that now is in the hunt for third position over Cummings. Cummings going to hang on to it in the number 24 machine, but here comes the 118 of Hessen. Hessen going to dive to the inside, puts the slide job on Cummings, and he will not have him on the backstretch, but he's going to keep digging on that high side, and he should have him at the line. He does. He takes over third place, but Daniel Cummings Jr. in that 24 machine not quite done. The crossover move coming. He noses the 118, puts him into the outside wall, and that's going to drop the 118 of Hessen 2 spots as Clay Devon's going to get by him as well. So Clay Devon finally getting a break here. He moves up to fourth. Again, has a fast car, was out front. The invert happened, shoved him back to 6th. He's back up to 4th now, fighting and clawing his way through this field. Meanwhile, his teammate, Jordan Casey, with 20 laps to go, going to be 19 to go when he comes to the line, has checked out, laid the keys on the counter, and said, see you later, as he comes by right there. 19 laps to go, less than 20 to go. We're caution-free here at Limaland Motorsports Park on iRacing, as Jordan Casey from D1RT trying to put it in victory lane here tonight. And, of course, no stranger to being in victory lane. So it looks like Derek Dryman did not start. Dean Slauson rounding out the field right now in 10th place. Let's see how it goes. We're going to go back a few spots as Clay Devon on the hunt for third now to get a top 3 finish. As he's running down Cummings here. Cummings going to try to keep that number 24 machine in the top 3. That is going to be a tall order if he's having to battle with Clay Devon. Of course, Devon's going to be so fast. It is going to be a struggle if you want to try to get to the front, trying to get around the 84. Having to hold them off, not an easy task either right there as they get a little bit together. The 24 going to give a fender to the 84 of Devon. Devon going to keep fighting. That will push him back just a little bit, though, as he will keep moving forward in this race. He continues to move forward. And speaking to forward, we're going to go forward just a little bit. The Jordan Casey here with 13 laps to go. Going to be 12 to go this time by as he comes to the line. 12 laps to go here in your main event for tonight's race. This track starting to get a little bit of wear. Jordan Casey going to smack that outside wall. He's coming up on the 08 of Dean Slauson, as well as 65 of Daniel Piontech in the 65. So Slauson and Piontech sitting in 9th and 10th right now, in jeopardy of going a lap down. Well, it'll be interesting to see if and when they do go a lap down and how he is able to get through. Will Jordan Casey be able to just kind of power through this field and not have any concerns? But these two, Slauson and Piontech, do not have to just get out of his way. They're battling for position. Not a very close battle, but they are battling. We'll see here. Jordan Casey now. Oops, there we go. Jordan Casey. 8 laps to go. Make it 7 to go as he crosses the line. He is going to get by the 08 of Dean Slauson. He'll put him 1 lap down. Sorry, correction. 3 laps down. Dean Slauson several laps down. And we'll see. I'm not sure why that's not updating in a live time. We'll have to check on that. Again, this track is so short that it doesn't want to update as much as it would like to, but the 65 of Daniel Pontek about to go 1 lap down, and there he does. He officially goes 1 lap down, but he's still fighting there. He's still digging. He ain't done just yet, but he is going to have to relinquish that. Jarrett Murphy in second place in that 25 machine. He's battling, but not much to show for it here, as your leader, Jordan Casey, has a huge lead. Clay Devin has fought his way from 1st to 6th with the redraw and all the way back up to 3rd place. But I think that's going to be, well, maybe 4th. So you say that 3rd may be the cap of where he's going to be able to get as the caution comes out. And it is going to be, I'm not sure who is going to bring out the caution, as everyone is up to pace here. But the caution going to be coming out as we are going to go into green, white, checkered. It will not show on the overlays. We are using an older version in order to make them work properly with these overlays. We have not got a hold of Jason Allison over in iBog to fix those and figure out what the issue is. But that being said, we will, it's not the final lap. We will go in to overtime here, and it will be a green, white, checkered. So essentially right about now, when it says finishing, it will be 3 laps, and then when they take the green, it will be 2 to go, 1 to go, and then your checkered flag. That is how it's going to work. I believe they get 2 attempts at it. So this will get interesting for everybody involved here tonight, as the leader, Jordan Casey, was really starting to pull away. This is what Jarrett Murphy and Clay Devin needed if they were to get back in here. Even Daniel Cummings Jr. There it is right there. 2 laps to go. 2 sticks in the air for your leader, Jordan Casey. Can Clay Devin make something happen? Can Jarrett Murphy make something happen as well? They're going to dig as hard as they can and find everything they have as it's 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air here for your leader, Jordan Casey. Can he hang on to the lead? It's going to be a drag race to the line. 1 let's go. Checkered flag waving, and there it is. Your race winner is going to be Jordan Casey in the 42 machine here tonight, followed by Jarrett Murphy and Clay Devin are going to be your top 3 drivers, and that will do it. We're going to talk to the top 3 here in just a moment, as that was a good race. Only 1 caution coming out here tonight, I do believe. Let's take a look. That may have been 2. Yes, 1 caution for 3 laps, 2 different lead changes, as that was one heck of a race. We're going to get rid of that and bring up your running order here tonight, and we will be right back with your top 3 interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I apologize. We are not going to have our interviews. We do not have the top three here readily available. So I'm just unfortunate as I don't see our second place, Jared Murphy, either. So top three interviews, unfortunately, won't happen for this race. But it's unfortunate. But we will be back next week with some more racing coming your way. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow for the kickoff of World of Thunder, their Street Stock Series. We're going to go see what we can do to get some of these bugs worked out before then. And we will catch y'all tomorrow night for the World of Thunder kickoff race for the Street Stock Series.